Deep within the icy expanse of the Russian north, the newest apex predator of the seas quietly slipped into the water. Christened Perm, this Yasen-M class nuclear attack submarine is no ordinary war machine. It is the first vessel of its kind, specifically engineered to carry Zircon hypersonic missiles, weapons so fast that they render traditional defenses virtually useless. In an era already strained by geopolitical tensions and technological rivalries, Perm's launch signals not just a new chapter for Russia's Navy, but potentially the beginning of a profound shift in undersea warfare. The crown jewel of Perm's arsenal is the 3M-22 Zircon missile, capable of reaching speeds between Mach 8 and Mach 9, 6,100 to 6,900 miles per hour. The Zircon can travel at low atmospheric altitudes, drastically reducing its radar cross-section and reaction time for defenders. Unlike traditional subsonic cruise missiles, hypersonic missiles like Zircon are believed to be nearly impossible to intercept with current missile defense systems. Zircon's primary targets would be high-value naval assets, like aircraft carriers, and critical land-based infrastructure, such as radar installations, command centers, and missile batteries. The integration of Zircon into a stealthy submarine platform makes Perm a stealthy, mobile, hypersonic launch system, complicating NATO and allied military planning significantly. Russia's mastery of undersea warfare stretches back to the Cold War, with legends like the Akula and Oscar classes haunting NATO's submarine hunters. However, after the Soviet Union's collapse, the Russian Navy faced decades of neglect and decay. The original Project 885 Yasen was conceived in the 1990s to rejuvenate Russia's underwater force. Launched in 2010, the first Yasen-class submarine, Severodvinsk, was a formidable achievement, but costly and delayed. Learning from that experience, the Yasen-M variant, Project 885M, emerged. Quieter, smaller, deadlier, and far more cost-effective. Perm is expected to be deployed with Russia's Northern Fleet, which oversees operations in the Arctic, an increasingly contested region due to its economic and strategic importance. Hypersonic armed submarines are seen as a game-changer in this environment. They offer a potent combination of stealth, mobility, and rapid strike capability across vast, sparsely monitored spaces. Moreover, given Russia's growing military infrastructure across the Arctic, new bases, airfields, and early warning systems, Perm will likely operate under the protection of a broader anti-access area denial A2AD umbrella, making it even harder for adversaries to track and neutralize. Russia's move also reflects a broader global hypersonic arms race, with the US, China, and others developing their own hypersonic weapons. Integrating such technology into submarines represents a new dimension of competition, one that could reshape future maritime conflicts. Stationed with the Northern Fleet, Perm fits into Russia's grand strategy of Arctic dominance. The melting polar ice caps have opened new shipping lanes and resource-rich areas. The ability to deploy a hypersonic-armed submarine under the Arctic ice gives Moscow a powerful tool for both economic and military leverage. After sea trials, Perm is expected to enter full service in 2026. It will join a growing number of Yasen-M-class submarines, several of which are already operational or nearing completion. Russia reportedly plans to produce at least 12 Yasen-M submarines, with the later models possibly integrating even newer hypersonic or directed energy weapons. With Perm leading the way, a new era of undersea warfare is dawning, one where stealthy submarines armed with hypersonic missiles could strike global targets within minutes, radically transforming the nature of deterrence at sea. Advanced spherical sonar arrays, flank-mounted sonars, and towed array systems give Perm a wide underwater picture. Moreover, cutting-edge countermeasure systems, likely an evolved version of the MG K600 Irtish sonar suite, allow it to deploy decoys, noisemakers, and electronic jammers to evade detection and attacks. By combining stealth, speed, and unstoppable firepower, Perm represents a terrifying synthesis of Russia's most advanced technologies. The common thread in all these scenarios is compressed time and high uncertainty. Once weapons like Zircon are deployed from stealth platforms like Perm, the line between warning shot and active war becomes dangerously thin. In the coming decades, the ability to manage undersea hypersonic crises calmly and quickly may well determine whether the world avoids catastrophic war or slides into it. The launch of the Perm nuclear attack submarine marks a historic inflection point in global military affairs. By successfully integrating the Zircon hypersonic missile onto a stealthy undersea platform, Russia has rewritten the rules of naval warfare. Strategic balance, long maintained by slow-moving but survivable nuclear forces, is now disrupted by weapons that strike at hypersonic speeds with minimal warning. In the Arctic, the Atlantic, and perhaps someday the Pacific, Perm and its successors will quietly prowl, unseen, unheard, but never far from the minds of military planners around the world. In this new era, speed kills, and the oceans are once again a deadly battleground.